Hello, and welcome back to Canvas Tips and Tricks. My name is David Ross, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create responsive pages in your Canvas site, much like this one that you see here. The content for this video today will be covered on the homepage of the LeetCode Canvas Training Series. If you scroll down, click on Browse Resources, and then scroll down to Level 4, and we're looking at creating an organized and responsive pages. Okay, so the components of this page relate to what you see on the home page of this site. So let me go there and pull this up in another window. Okay, we're going to create the components. All right, so if I go to the resources, the title bubble is what you see up here with the text. Okay, the next step is the LeetCode banner, and that is what you see here. Okay, the border radius, that's the third one here. That's going to be this section here with the dual colored section here. I've got the section with some text up top and some text inside of it. Then the next piece is the two-color border, which is what you see right here. Okay, once we do that, we're going to insert some images. And then the last piece, which is right here, the LeetCode footer banner. So that's going to be this down here. Okay, so to start, what you're going to do, let me open up a blank page here. So let's open up the home page of my test course. So I'm going to edit it. Okay, and let's just delete everything that is on here. Okay. So now the first thing we want to do is we want to put this title banner right up here. All right. So what I'm going to do is go back to that resource page, scroll up to the top, and take this code here. Everything from the caret to the ending caret right here. You're going to copy that. Okay. And then you're going to go to your page. You're going to open up the HTML editor, which the icon for it is right here. And we're going to paste that code right in here. And once it's pasted here, you can click on the HTML button right here, and you'll get the view of what it looks like. Now, if I wanted to change the title in here, I can do it here. Or, let me go back, I can do it in the editor right here. So if I added, let's say, 2023, you can see that here. Now you can change the size of the font to make the banner bigger. So I can make this, let's say 36, and there we go. And I could also center this if I wanted to. Okay, so that's the title bubble. Now the next piece we're going to do is we're going to do the LeetCode banner. Find the section that says Upload LeetCode Banner. You can choose between a few different options here. We have LeetCode specific banners, and then we have division unit specific banners listed here. So if I were to click on the ASM banners, here are the ASM units. So let's take, for instance, the career tech and counseling, or let's do, as you can see, there's the different ones here. So you just select the banner that you'd like to use. Let's try to go with Williams here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to download. So click File, Download, and we're going to select PNG. And this is going to download to my toolbar here or your downloads folder. Next, we're going to go to our page that we're working on, and we're going to put that banner right in here. And from the page, we're going to click and upload the banner here. Now you'll notice I can't really click below in the white because that's where I want to put the banner. If I were to press enter here, it's going to put it. Okay, so you can see I lost. So let me go Command Z to bring it back. Okay, so the trick that I use if I'm having a hard time clicking and finding this open space here, what you can do, because it's reading the image here, if I go back to the HTML editor, and you can see I've got 3, these are the designations for spaces. So what I'm going to do is I want to put this banner right underneath that bubble. Okay, so for now I'm just going to type in test just to put some text there. So when I go back, you can see here's the test. So let me delete this, but you'll notice my cursor is in the white, so now I can upload the image. I'm going to click on the image icon, upload image. Let's drag that banner over, and let's title this Laco banner. Okay, for the screen readers, that's how it'll read it. Okay, now you can see this puts it in there, but it's covering half the page. So what you want to do is you want to stretch this, which you can do here, but you can do it a lot easier. So if I click on image options, and instead of pixels, I'm going to use percentage and make it 100%, and click done. There we go. Now my banner is 100%. Okay, so the next step, so we've created the bubble, we've created the banner. So now let's put in this border radius here. All right, so I'm going to go back to the resources page, scroll down, okay, and take this code right here all the way down to the div, from one div to the other. Okay, copy this, go to my page. Okay, now this is something we're going to put in the HTML editor. So click HTML editor, and I'm going to put this right underneath it. Okay, so now if you can see when I go back, I've got my bubble, my banner, and now I've got this piece here where I can put text here, I can insert images and all that. Okay, so let's take the text that's in here. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Okay, and then go back to my page. Let's put the welcome in there. And it was a space below, so there's my welcome message. And then the inside, okay, we're going to just take this, copy it, and then put it on here. And there we go. So now if you take a look at the code here, what I'm looking for, that border radius that we just put in, there's the div, and there's the div that ends the first section, the one that's in pink here, right? And then the second div is the whole border radius. Okay, so we've put some information in here. So the next thing we want to do is insert the 2-colored border. Okay, so I'm going to copy this code right here, go to my page, and in the code, I just want to make sure that this goes after the div. So this last div, that's what's going to close out the previous thing that we put in. So now when I paste the new border, that's going to come right after it. As you can see, there it is right there. Okay, and you can change the colors of the border here. Okay, so if you had a different color, you can put it in the code for the different color. We're going to keep it as is. Okay, then the next thing, I've got a couple buttons here. So what I want to do is put those buttons in, and it's going to be the same thing, because when I click on, oh, I've got it here. Sometimes when I insert an image right after this border, it'll put the image in between the 2 lines. So I'm actually going to put a test. As you can see, if I type in the word test here, you can see it's put him in between. So let me get rid of that, and actually Command Z will erase what I did. Okay, HTML editor. Now let's just put in the test down here. There's probably a better way to do this, but this has worked for me as I've tried to figure this out. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I have a couple images here. So to insert these buttons, I'm going to click on the image icon, go to upload image. I've got my certified button here. So let's give this a name for the screen readers. Okay, submit. it's going to put this image right there. And then the next button, let's upload. Okay. And if you remember from the previous lessons on responsive buttons, these are buttons that I created that have padding around them already spaced out. So if you're interested in knowing how to do that so that you can space out the buttons evenly so that, and the whole reason why we call them responsive pages is that when, it doesn't matter what size screen the user is looking at, whether it's a desktop, a TV, or a phone, they're all going to look organized, and the images aren't going to be scrambled and the lines aren't going to be scrambled. Responsive means it's pretty much the same view on every size screen. Okay, so let's do the next one is resources. So we'll put in here browse resources. Okay, and then submit. Okay, so put them there. So now I'm just going to center these. There we go. And then the last piece of this is to put in the footer banner. So same process. So what we're going to do here, where there's actually nothing to copy, what you want to do is you want to save this to your computer. So I'm going to right click and go here to save image as. Okay, I'm going to put this in my downloads folder. The nice thing is for me, I'm using Chrome, so it puts it right there. Now when I go to my page, all right, let me hit enter. And let's go left align so that's over there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go and click on the image icon, upload image, and let's take this footer, put it right there, and we'll make this decorative. Okay, and there it is. And as you can see, it's not covering the whole page. So just like with the banner, what we're going to do is click on the image, go to image options, and then change this to percentage. And there we go. So there is my page. I've got the title bubble. I've got the banner here. I've got the border radius here. I've got my two buttons, a 2-line border, and a footer. Now, the nice thing with this is when I change the size of the image, so let's take a look at the home page. And just to show you, you can do this if you want to change the size of the page and see what it looks like on different views. You can right click on your screen, click inspect, okay, and you want to select element, right? So we're going to click this button, and now I can switch between these views, right? So if I was on a let's say an iPad, let's go iPad Air, this is what it would look like. Now you'll notice the screen is responsive. It still looks the same as it did on the big page, but this is just a different view. You can change it to whatever you're looking for here. So we did let's do a surface. You can see it stretches out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm done. So go back here. You can also do this. I have a Mac, so I'm going to shrink the screen just like this, and then drag the corner to make it bigger. So larger screen, you can see that the page is responsive to the size that it's on. Okay, so the way I've set it up, it doesn't matter how small the view is or how large, it's going to be relatively the same view. The only thing that's going to change is if you're setting up your images with some padding around it, and if the same padding for each button, you may have, let's say you've got 4 buttons in a row or 5 buttons in a row. If you shrink the page, so if you take a look at my page here, so I've got my buttons organized this way. So if I shrink it, okay, you'll notice that it's changed the look a little bit, but they're still organized. They're not kind of scattered around. They're still kind of have an organized look to them. All right, so that is how to create responsive pages in Canvas. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Here's my email address. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.